too much time and went too big on healthcare. Now, I also
How
spoke to
about
Ed Rendell, the
this?
former governor of Pennsylvania. He's got a new book out called Nation of Wusses.
How about
The
we
idea
get to
being that he
ow my
believes
butt?
America's leaders should be more bold.
How
I
about we
asked him
get
what
to know
he
each
thought of the
other?
president's leadership
So
style, because Rendell, you'll remember, endorsed Hillary Clinton in 2008,
like to get
not
to know each
President
other so
Obama.
we can
He
have
said
partners
he has been a
and
bold
like
leader,
each
but on issues
other.
like the deficit,
We're not
he
gay.
failed. Take a listen.
So he's acted great.
I have to go and get her.
Kody,
Kody, where did you come from?
He eventually did
Cool.
come out for a Simpson Bowles type solution when he and John Mayer came this close to the
Thank you,
deal.
boy.
But he
Kody!
was
Kody.
Now, Simpson Bowles, of course, the president's own deficit commission. In the end, he didn't endorse it. And I think Ed Rendell's point was this is something the president had within his grasp.
Kody
Let it slip out.
hopefully lead us the way
the president will be fighting it out
out of here. What the heck?
In 2008, the president promised he'd cut the deficit in half.
That's not likely. Haha.
Thankfully, had no wusses in the White House press corps, right? And
That
none
was
of the studio that I can
strange.
see right now. You guys are both pretty tough. Yeah, we try to be. Ed Henry at White House, thank you.
Said that with you on camera.
Well, you're the triathlete.
So,
Triathlete, girl.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, whatever she said. How about we just all
He's wrapping up in the state of Michigan, the state where the GOP presidential nominee was raised, where his father served as a popular governor, and where Romney believes he can win in November.
tell me.
James Rosen joins us now. James?
Okay.
Good morning.
But anyways, go team up with the person that you really like. And if that person doesn't like you, then die, girl. Then find another one. Who actually hurts you. Oh my god, come on, Kody.
The Little Bavaria of Michigan and southeast of Saginaw, responding to private criticism from some GOP governors that his steady hammering of the Obama economy in effect diminishes their records of reducing unemployment in their respective states.
Oh yeah, forgot to get Sorry. Ow! My back. Ow.
Feeling that has shifted dramatically in the last few years. And now talk to bankers and they'll say, new requirements, new regulations are causing us to be more hesitant in making loans that we would have made in the past. And if you can't get capital, you can't grow your business, you can't grow your business, you're not hiring.
In an interview with Sean Hannity this morning, Governor Romney said he, quote, gets a great kick out of speculation, greatly aided by an ABC News report this morning, to the effect that Florida Senator Marco Rubio is not being vetted as a potential vice presidential nominee, reportedly because Rubio has not been asked to submit the requisite paperwork. Romney said only that he and his VP search leader, Beth Myers, are the only people who know who's being vetted, and they aren't talking. The VP guessing game in recent days has come to focus on former Minnesota Governor Tim Pawlenty, Louisiana Governor Bobby Jindal, Ohio Senator Rob Portman, Virginia Governor Bob McDonnell, a Tea Party favorite, and others. Romney campaign sources told Fox News today they are continuing their private vetting process and that the absence of such paperwork with respect to any one individual, therefore, doesn't mean much just yet. Jenny Jones.
The game continues, James. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
James Rosen on that list. We have the one.
I didn't see his face on the screen, but you never know.
A New Jersey courthouse remained closed today following a mysterious and widespread illness.
What the hell's
17 people complained of respiratory problems inside the Clark County courthouse on Friday. Yesterday, more than 60 others also became ill. So far, testing of air samples inside that sprawling building has been inconclusive. Pull down and more.
John, this is a real mystery. The first group of people got sick at the courthouse Friday, as you mentioned. Crews then removed some
little
building
guy.
floors that had been planted, thinking that maybe that was the cause. Yesterday, more people got sick, and so the cause is still something the local officials are trying to figure out. Air samples were taken from the inside of the building. We're told that those samples came back negative for any kind of dangerous chemical compounds. This started again last Friday, 17 people complaining of respiratory problems. That's when work crews set about removing those plants, thinking that maybe this was some kind of an allergic reaction. But yesterday, that much larger group, including court officers and lawyers to the courthouse, began complaining not only of breathing problems, but also throat irritations and rashes and nausea. Many of them say
Somewhere, somehow, we will find a disco ball.
have to be taken to local hospitals. We have
Somewhere, somehow, we'll find a disco ball.
New Jersey, they tell us that they're not going to know anything
ball.
until later on today.
Somewhere, somehow, we'll find a disco
Couldn't
ball.
learn anything more about this mystery.
No, 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 no.
That's scary stuff, huh? Sure is. Rick, thank you.
What are you bleeping? Look, what are you all bleeping looking at?
Healthcare law. The White House, with Republicans and Democrats, Bureaucrats for the potential fallout. We'll take you through all of that. And lashing out at the United States. One European finance leader telling our country that we're to blame in part for the debt crisis. They don't want any advice from us. We're going to explain this full story with Steve Moore of the Wall Street Journal coming up next.
Hey, hey! Technical difficulties done. I found a suitcase, and I think someone would like to use this suitcase. And I also found a big airplane.
Message for anyone who has taken the blood center for access. The FDA recently issued warnings
Can you use that? Oh yeah? You don't need to use it. Oh,
people diagnosed with non-valvular atrial fibrillation. If you or loved one has taken Verdaxa and suffered from any of these symptoms,
I found two suitcases, but I don't know which one's more important.
Contact Priest and Goss
The
now.
orange or blue.
Call Priest and Goss today or go to myverdaxacase.com.
As the battle for votes intensifies, which keys
Yeah.
will define his campaign and if Mitt Romney in a candidate system
Owie.
see it as long and plus happenings on the Hill, the latest from the Bill goes on the record.
A hairbrush? A hairbrush is in here? What? I thought that one was important. What awfully isn't.
To help minimize blood sugar spikes.
Concern of Hunger Smart, a smart way to help manage hunger.
Mine blew up. Ooh, but my mom, but it did have an iPhone 5 in it. What?
Then choose one of 7 entrees. What's dessert?
iPhone 5.
Just $14.99. Donate to Red Lobster and see food differently.
Huh?
It isn't just your mammogram. It's your teenager's first varsity game.
iPhone 5. And this pink headband. If it
It's
fits.
your daughter's wedding.
Let's see if it fits me.
Did
How
you
would
know
you
with
wear
your
it?
health insurance you may now
That
have
guy,
some
I like
benefits
wearing
that
pink
are
stuff.
or out-of-pocket costs.
Oh yeah, well, pink guy, I can fit it into it.
It's all the tomorrow.
I can't.
you're looking forward to.
I can.
Learn more at healthcare.gov.
No, I can't. I can.
The world has changed. Clearly, it's not the 80s and the 90s. I saw the crash in 2008
I'll try.
coming, and I
I can.
protected my clients against losses. They didn't lose money. So when the market goes up, they go up with it. Their gains are locked in, and when the market goes down, they are protected and guaranteed.
I'm getting the iPhone 5 and the suitcase. Bring the suitcase, people.
Quality down for your protecting your retirement today.
Owie.
I'm named after my grandmother, but I never got
Almost
to meet
died.
her. And I've always been curious about the first Ellen. I started with
People.
Ancestry.com.
People. We fell down to another room.
Name. And there she was in the 1930 census. And there was her address.
I'm dizzy.
I lived 4 blocks
Are
away from
you
there.
my
I walked by
mama?
that building every day.
I
Get
love
started
you,
with your family
mommy.
history at Ancestry.com. We'll help you make your own discoveries. The year we decide.
The only place for fair and balanced coverage. It's all been leading up to this.
The candidates, the issues,
No one covers it better.
real political coverage, smart
I'm
political
gonna
analysis.
this.
Only America's election.
So why did we bring the suitcases? Yeah. Why did
Romney,
we
the man
do that?
convicted in the Rutgers Webcam case, has been released from jail to
Question,
serve 20 days
question.
of a 30-day sentence after being convicted of 15 criminal charges, including
Someone in
invasion of
this
privacy
room will
and
find a
tampering with
tiara.
marijuana
Find the
plants
tiara.
and gardening
When
tools
one
that
of you finds
confiscated
the
from
tiara,
Romney
one
case.
of you
He was
dies.
found dead in his pool Sunday
So
morning.
get your last.
It could be weeks before an official cause of death is
So
released.
find
And
it,
Roger Clemens
or
acquitted on all
else
6 charges in his
you
federal
all
trial.
die.
Investigation
But if
began
all
in
you find
2007
it,
when he was mentioned in a report on drug use in baseball He vehemently denied using steroids and human growth
I found the
hormones.
tiara.
Back to the economy now. Europe is facing mounting pressure to solve its debt crisis.
But if it doesn't,
The U.S., of course,
if it doesn't fit you, then you don't get it.
Well, one European finance leader says the U.S. is actually to blame. Not
I'm
just the
gonna
United
try
States,
it.
but North America is to blame.
Ah,
For
ah,
what's
ah.
happening overseas. Take a
I
listen.
wouldn't
Well,
do
what
that
is
if
it in
I
Europe?
were
She
you.
mentioned North America. This crisis was originated in North America. And many of our financial sectors were contaminated by, how can I put it, unorthodox practice from some sectors
One of us.
financial markets.
It needs
Frankly,
to.
we are not coming here to receive lessons.
I know. It fits me. I always wear a tiara.
Steve Morris, senior economics writer for the Wall Street Journal. Steve, that was the
What?
European Commission president.
Why do you always wear a tiara?
Yeah,
What do you think?
Because it's
quite
a
an
manly
arrogant
thing.
statement for somebody who leads the European Union when they're in such demise and you've got
Two
these
partners
countries that
dead.
do bailout after bailout. You know, it is
Wait a
true
second.
that the U.S.
They
economy
didn't
kind
die.
of led the world
What?
into recession.
Oh yeah,
One of the
they
first
just
major
because
countries
I
to
didn't
be
have
in
enough
recession. But
bullets
you know
to
this,
shoot
John,
you guys.
Europe,
To shoot.
problems have been around for
Yeah.
30 or 40 years. They're paying a high price for
Next
welfare
to
state
number.
and entitlement programs
Two
that have grown
partners
so
died.
enormous that they
To
just
let you know.
simply can't pay for them, and nobody wants
We
to lend
know.
them money anymore. So to blame the United States for
Till
Europe's problems is,
I
think,
find you,
a really
you're
outlandish
gonna
comment.
die.
This is a broader question, though, of the game like follow the leader. Like, who is the
Well,
leader
we have to
in the
keep
global
here for
economy
the
right
night.
now?
I think
to
this
follow?
is the
Who is that
only room
country
that
or
we
that
have to stay
person
in.
that others are going to fall in line
So
with?
It's
we
a
have
great,
to put the
it's a
dead
great point, John, and this is the whole problem with the world economy right now. There is no leadership anywhere in the world. I mean, where are the Margaret Thatchers
Good
and the
night,
Ronald Reagans
everyone.
of the past that helped us lead us out of these kind of global crises? You know, the only one who really looks like a leader right now is maybe Merkel in Germany. But, you know, we hardly can lecture these countries about lowering their debts, Jenna, when we're running $1.2 trillion.
Hi.
And also,
What?
these organizations that are not attached to anyone's
She doesn't
government,
like you.
like the IMF.
I
Now,
know,
the
because
IMF
she's told that to me. But I
there's
love
proposals of a
you.
bailout through the IMF
I love
to
you.
different European nations. And the details, I don't want to
They're
get
the
too far
same.
into
Don't
it, but
listen to
basically,
someone
the
that
man
comes
who's
out of
been
those
criticizing
doors.
North America
Well, that's
is
a
also
lie.
asking for that money through the IMF, and the United States has said no.
So please.
We're not going to give any more money to the IMF. But some suggest that could be a mistake on our part, Steve.
No.
That if we don't
You
do
have
it, it's
to
just going
kill
to get
one
worse for us.
person.
Now, look, I've been an opponent of the IMF for years, and I think there would be nothing more unpopular with American voters right now than to see their taxpayer dollars go to an organization like the IMF so it can bail out Europe. I mean, we've got huge systemic problems here in the United States. If Europe is going to get out of this crisis, Jenna, it has to reform itself. And one of the things that was interesting about the comments by the leader of the EU today is he basically said, we're proud of our economic system. We don't really want to change it. Well, that was hardly music to my ears. I mean, they have to change these programs.
That was my mom that you were talking to last night. How could you?
Of having a declining number of workers and an increasing
I'm
number
sorry.
of people who are on the dole or on
How should
retirement
I
or,
know?
under these government
You don't
programs.
like
The math
me.
simply doesn't add
I
up, John.
do.
They've got
You
to
shouldn't
reform
even
themselves.
listen to that woman.
The
She's
commissioner
not
said he
even
doesn't
my
want
real
advice,
mom.
just telling you there is
She's
advice.
my adopted mom. So why would you even listen to her?
Well, apparently,
Why?
that's a good way to sum it up. But there is advice coming through a variety
You're not
of
a good
different
partner
editorials
at
today.
all.
One of them from Larry Summers, who was
So
the
just get
president's
away
top
from me.
economic advisor at one time. And he basically
But-
says, listen, the
No
outside,
but.
those on the outside,
We're
like
through.
North America, like us, need to persuade the Europeans that the rules are changing when the
Girl,
stakes
are you
rise.
okay?
Basically, he suggested everybody needs to take a step back and forgive some of these debts, or forgive
I'm
the
sorry.
interest rates attached to some of these debts for some of these countries. I mean, is that potentially a way out?
Boy, is that a stunning statement. Actually, what that's a roundabout way of saying that what should happen is that these European countries should essentially repudiate their debt and not repay the people who lent them
It's time
money.
to go
Now,
to
if
sleep,
you do that,
guys.
Jenna,
We just
nobody's
woke up
ever gonna
early
lend money to
like, we
the
just
Europeans
woke up.
again. I
It's
just
still
don't see how
night.
that's a solution to the
Guys.
problem. They've got to get their spending down. They've got their economy. They've got to get those economies growing. And to simply say to the creditors, you know what, we're not going to pay back what we promised you.
That is a real dangerous idea, I think.
All right, we'll keep our advice to ourselves.
Yeah, exactly. Let's hope we don't do that in the United States. I mean, who owns all of that? It's America.
Well, Steve, a lot to cover, as always. Thank you so much for your time.
Great to see you.
You two just fixed the financial
I
crisis.
don't know about that.
As we await the Supreme Court's final ruling on health care, there are new questions today on what will happen if the law lives or dies. The possible political fallout from both sides of the aisle straight ahead. Also, you've heard of the Big Apple's proposed ban on those supersized sodas?
I did
Well,
kill
it's
her.
the American city that's doubled down with their own plans to cut back on sugary drinks.
It's real morning.
Hi, I'm William Devane. Years ago, my father told me to invest in land. Well, I did, and I did very well. But now it's time to buy gold. There's so much financial craziness.
Oh, shit.